Alrighty, everyone. I have officially changed my name to Cat, C-A-T, Kathleen. So you can make a remark down below. I went to an audition. Yes, I've not been to one for a long time, but that's okay. It's for a commercial, so it will make lots of money if I get it. We don't know yet. I just know the guy was at the audition, said, you're smiling so much. I go, well, because I'm a little stressed out. That's why that. Yeah, show your teeth a little bit. I mean, teeth. Show my teeth when I'm stressed out. Well, I'm not really stressed out about anything right now because I'm in traffic, right? As you know, I can't wait to get out of this highway to nowhere, Pomona Freeway. And I'm not even going to Pomona. What the hell? Why am I stuck on Pomona Freeway? Alright, so what I want to tell you is that what the feminists are doing, they are destroying the confidence of men. I mean, I'm having a hard time. This is just me speaking from, my perspective. It's not political or anything. It's just when I see this woman called Linda Salazar wearing a turban and, pretentiously standing up for women's rights. She's not standing up for my rights by no means, because if you're wearing a turban, that means that you're almost chanting inside death to America. I don't know who found these people to protest in Kavanaugh. Like, they don't even know Kavanaugh. And my feeling with this big circus of this, I guess, Christina Blasey Ford. I suppose they call her a doctor, but then I read a WND report that says that that's a falsified information. She's not a psychologist. You cannot pronounce yourself to be a psychologist if you never passed the examination, and especially in California. You can never pronounce that you're a clinical psychologist or psychiatrist in that matter. And just so that you know that my point of view is that all these feminists, or what they're doing, is driving all the men seriously, like, into homosexuality. Because, like, I'm terrified. If I was a man and I look at Linda Salazar, I'd be like, oh, I think I'll be limp noodle. You know what I'm saying? Linda, you're making me limp. So what's the point? The point is all these stupid hearings that, this not Linda Salazar. I mean, I think that she's behind this. This Ford, the so-called Dr. Christina Ford. And, everybody in the so-called, the Judiciary Committee they pretend, oh yeah, we care, and so much that this Miss Ford or Mrs. Ford, that your victim rights need to be heard. I mean, this is bullshit. It's bullshit. All right, stop the circus, because I do not want one more dollar. These people are wasting my tax dollars listening to bullshit, listening to hearsays, rumors, fairy tales. This should never had happened. So Dianne Feinstein, you're a fucking whore. And you have the nerve to say, well, we didn't leak in her staffer. I don't know if you've seen the so-called hearing. The country is a joke. That so-called hearing, it's no hearing. Just think about how much of our dollars are wasted while we have people breathing down our backs, sneaking to our back doors, sneaking in to take over this country. And they're probably laughing, death to America. We got so many things that we have to be concerned with in North Korea, the little rocket man, and the Iranian nuclear capacities that, they're not going to go away. And Obama gave them $1.8 billion cash. I don't know how you get that cash. If you hear what Trump was saying is, how do you get that kind of cash when we're owing so much money, and then $450 billion in other assets and money, but cash? Just think about it. Gave them cash money. So Obama is a traitor, and Linda Salazar and all these people, you're traitors. You do not represent me. All right? Don't say anything about, oh, we're for women's rights and we don't want Kavanaugh. You hate Kavanaugh because he is a Christian. He's a believer in Jesus Christ. Just say it, and your people go to hell. I say that anyone who dares to vote against Kavanaugh, they will have hell to pay. They will not be elected to Congress. That's my prediction. All right, especially for those Indiana and these so-called the red states and, you know, blue state, red states. I don't know. I don't really care. But I just know from looking at this whole circus, I go, I can't believe that this is so scary. Any woman can say, oh, you raped me. It reminds me of a Bible story. I think even Pastor Tim talked about it like a few weeks ago with Joseph. So, I mean, I don't want to feel bad for the woman. You know, maybe she, this is like Potiphar's wife, right? You know the story, right? Joseph was in captivity. And, you know, he was in jail because a chain of events was unfortunate. I mean, he was supposed to be a spoiled brat, have all the little toy fire trucks ready to play with. But then he ended up in jail. But he was a good-looking guy. I guess he worked out. I don't know. So maybe Potiphar was the guy who was in charge, like, you know, of the prison. And he was like the right-hand man to the king. But the wife was probably horny because the husband was probably not there. So she grabbed hold of Joseph and grabbed his, his coat. So I guess then he ran away naked, and she said, this is evidence that this guy tried to rape me, when in fact, actually tried to fuck him. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just saying, I don't know. Nobody ever saw maybe... what's her name? I don't know. Potiphar's wife. Maybe she was a good-looking woman, and that's why Potiphar married her. But he was not paying attention to her sexually. But then she felt so embarrassed because Joseph ran away. I don't think Joseph wanted to resist her. He just says that I cannot have sex with you because you're my master's wife. So that, that goes, I guess. It's very reasonable, logical. And he fled. And she said, he raped me! He tried to rape me! Arrest him! So there's no justice because immediately they threw him in jail and they were going to cut his head off. By the grace of God, he was kept in jail, and through another chain of events, there was another person, a baker, and somebody who served the king and pissed the king off. Anyway, so eventually when they got out, one of them didn't remember. Oh no, they forgot. They told Joseph that we'll try to get your ass out of here later if we get out of here alive. But one of them got their head chopped off. I think it was the baker, and the other guy, I think, he was okay. But they forgot about Joseph. Anyway, the story reminded me of myself. I've been accused of something. I mean, not just because I'm Asian or black or whatever. When people are playing identity politics and by saying, oh, you have to believe them because they're a woman, that's a bunch of bullshit. And I think the way that the culture has it, honestly, when I even with the fresh off the boat, the FOB, when I came to the country, it's very naive, very innocent, a cute kid, but very frightened out of my skull because not knowing where I would end up. You see what I'm saying? I was being thrown around from China to United States, supposedly to be with a family or to be with my mother. But she married somebody else. But anyway, so I got, sort of thrown around quite a bit. And I have a tumultuous past, but I think that a lot of times people are fishing, even in school, because I was adopted by other people. I was living in their family, and I admitted the man in the house, he was awkward, but he never raped me. But somehow there was the counselor in this school, in the high school, which I got, end up not knowing where it ended up. Anyways, they were just fishing oh, did he do something nasty to you? Well, I kept saying no, and they said that I must be baffled, embarrassed, or whatever. I wouldn't, they try to condemn the guy because he looked like a pervert. I mean, that's not a way to do things. I don't want that to happen to me. And something as little as just last week, I was in the pool. This is a local hotel I frequent, and I go swimming, and I kind of have a carte blanche. I am able to go in and out as I wish, but I don't want to call people by the race, right? So this guy, he was a pool guard or somehow. He did not like me. I don't know why for certain. Some people, they look at you like kind of like that. And I was inside the pool swimming, minding my own business. I mean, I'm not leisurely, I'm actually doing like going back and forth. And then can you imagine the shock that, he started to yell at me, say, hey, you there, China woman. Get out of the pool. He told me to get out. He demanded I get out of the pool. He said somebody complained about me that I was somehow feeding either the pigeons or the ducks or something on the other side because they have ducks there, right? And he said like somebody said that, basically accused me. So I was dripping wet and I was very baffled. I was like, meaning, who are you talking about? He said, get out of the pool. So I was yelling from down below. I got out of the pool, dripping wet, almost caught a cold. I said, who is my accuser? He said, oh, well, not just one. There was somebody else, some other guests, some kids. They said that you were trying to feed a pigeon or either the pigeons or something. I don't know. I said, this is ridiculous. It's absurd. You should bring forth like evidence. Okay, so the same thing. I like what Donald Trump said. Christina Ford, okay, we feel sorry for you. You thought that you were, she wasn't even raped. She just said that, she feared that she was going to get raped 36 years ago. But where were you? I don't know. And who was there? PJ, Smith, and Leland. She named 4 people, and Mark Judge. And 4 of them said that we don't know what she's talking about. We were not there. All right? So in this country, it's not the freaking Stalinist that says, show me a man, I'll show you a fucking crime. They're trying to crucify this man, Kavanaugh, who doesn't deserve to be crucified. So freaking get him into the Supreme Court, all right? And get this over with. I don't know, if it's going to be liberal or whatever. I'm just saying, this is not right. This is absolutely not right. It's a horrible thing that these people, Booker, where do these people come from? Feinstein. They should freaking go to China, a communist country where they can still persecute you by freaking, put you in jail, give you a phony charge, put a bullet in you, and then send a bill of 50 cents to your family. That's what they do in China. That's what you want us to become. Hey, don't drag me into it. I escape. It's a Logan's Run. So, anyways, I don't know. The traffic's getting better. That's my 2 cents worth for the day. Ciao.